Hello everybody. Hello and welcome to another stream from Condemned. We are going back to what we've been doing for the past week. But today we're going to animate our new alligator character. Let me just go back here to our Photoshop. Okay, so this is what we left off. We have every part cut out from this character and we can start animating it. But we do have to make one more step before we make everything happen. We just have to export everything to the proper format, because we at the Chiselieri studio and we make Condemned, we are doing the export in some particular way. I mean, we ain't exporting this like we should. I mean, we don't click export or like whatever you do in Photoshop. The thing that we do, we create a new file, or I create a new file. I actually copy everything to a new file, and because the problem with the regular exporting from Photoshop is that you don't have absolute certainty that the pivot points of the image that you export will be the same. So what we do, and what I came up with, is to export the images always in the same square, or like always in the same rectangle shape. And what I mean by that, I'm going to show you. But let me talk about a bit more about today's stream, because we are going to probably finish a little bit later, and I didn't really manage to create the goals for the next stream, like the KFC emote, the next account, and I thought about maybe we should do it tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow on the stream. Like, we should actually check out on the stream, and instead of doing the game, we should actually do this, and that would be really fun thing to do, and like a quick thing to do, because why not? So we are going to do that, and probably we are going to animate some more, because I won't probably finish all of the animations today. There is a lot of things to do still, and I really wanted to finish this character by the end of the week. And I think we'll be able to do that if we just stream on Sunday and Saturday. And I do think we'll be able to stream. But I wanted to make Fridays like a little bit more chill streams. Or maybe we'll do a chill stream on Saturday, and we're going to do some fun stuff, like going through the X account. I found some YouTube channels that I wanted to check out. Maybe we'll talk about them some more. Maybe we're gonna change the category of our stream to something else, like an entertainment, and we are going to actually be entertaining people. Maybe we'll play even some games. We're gonna see. Nevertheless, let's go back to the drawing and let's try to export this character. Of course, you can see the character is looking like this, but of course, there is a huge possibility that we will need to actually change how this character look. You know, because we are not certain about it. We don't know if this character is going to look good in the game. What we do know is that we can easily change it. We can easily change it. But we only will be able to change it if we export it properly. So let's start exporting first, and the profile, because we started with the profile first. So what I do is I create a new 4K Photoshop file. I copy the part that I want to. Actually, let's make it a little bit more gray so it won't hurt your eyes. Okay, so I will save it right away. And I will create a new folder. I will call the folder an alligator. And in here, I will create, I will save this file as, let's see, as a head, just a head. And I'm going to save it. But I'm gonna copy another head, like the attack head here. And I'm gonna copy also the front head, front attack head. So we have another one, and I'm gonna copy this head too, so like the front head. And I'm gonna call it front head. Okay. So now we have everything in one file, and that's really good. Okay, so this one is profile head. Okay, so now I will create a square. Roughly, actually the size of the square doesn't really matter. What's matter is that every of those faces need to fit in the square. Oh, this one is actually, oh no, this one is okay. So the profile and the square, and I'm gonna put them here. And as you can see, well, actually, it's actually no good. I mean, it should be touching the something wrong happened with the, well, let's try again. I will actually create it like this, and something happened with the, no, it's actually good, so I probably misplaced it, that's all. Okay, so let's try it once more. Just like I said, the size of it actually doesn't matter. What's matter is that it actually, okay, now it's okay. It needs to fit the image, every image. So I need to actually make sure that it's okay, in that the size is okay in terms of the image. So let's actually do it once more. Now it actually moved again, or like, I don't know if it's moved, or like if something happened with the, okay. So let's get me all of those, and I will try to, because I need to actually, come on. Okay, now it works. Okay, now it works, and from the top too. Okay, I need to make sure that it's aligned properly. Okay, so now I copy only the rectangle, I move it here, so they stick together, and I take another, now let's say the front head, and I move it here, so it's in the exact same spot. And I will be doing that with every part of the body of this character. And I know that there are some, like, oh, come on, what happens with it? What the fuck? Why I cannot align it properly? And I know that there are some tools like a texture packer, or like something, probably something else to do that, or like maybe there is a better way to do that. But the problem is that I actually wasn't able to find something that will suit our use case, you know? And this is a big problem, because this one thing is taking a lot of time to do. Like, I would try to blast through it as much as I can, but it's not really easy, you know? You have to always make sure that they are aligned, and it's not always working either. So you sometimes end up with a lot of work or something that didn't really work out that the way you want it to work. Okay, so this is okay, and now what I'll do is I will actually crop this image to one of this rectangles or like one of those squares, I will turn off the background and I will turn all of those squares off. And what I ended up with is a clean sprite sheet with the heads only. And what I want the heads separately from the rest of the body. And actually I want actually each part to be separate. It's because when we animate in Godot, or we actually upload the sprite sheets, I upload them like per body part. So each node, each sprite 2D in Godot is like a separate body part. And I will showcase to you that later, so you will understand. Let's drink some coffee from my favorite Pokemon coffee mug. Okay. Let's save this one up. Okay, and when we do have something like this, I will actually export it to quick export as a PNG, and I can show it to you. I already actually showed it. And I will actually NPCs, or they are called enemies, and I will create an alligator folder again, and I will paste. Actually, I need to check something out. How to? No, it's okay. I wasn't sure if an alligator has double L in the word alligator, because for some reason I do remember that I wrote alligator by one L, not two. Never mind. Okay, so I saved that as an PNG file. Then I just close it. Then it's done. I saved it into the repository, and now what we have is our character without head at all. So we can now export the body. And like with the body, the weird thing with the body will be that you actually have a couple of versions of the body. So I'm not entirely sure if I will be able to export it like this. But let's try. So this one will be the main part of the body. And I'm not sure if I want to actually export the rest like this, because maybe it will be more beneficial for me to just export this one separately and the rest as a one file, like a one sprite sheet. Maybe this is how we're gonna do that. So let's actually try it out. Let's actually do it like this. So I will stick to the convention that I mentioned earlier. I will actually fit that into the rectangle, and then I will just move it here. Come on, why I cannot actually? Like, I don't know what is it, but it just doesn't work. What the fuck? Did something happen with the Photoshop when I was away? Like, what the hell? It's super weird because I never had a problem with it before. Maybe we should actually... Now it works. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't work when I try to do it with the image inside. I don't know why. It was working perfectly before. So just let's just let's take it. I cannot also. Okay, let's make this one a center. Maybe we should try out. We should maybe try out the texture packer. I'll call it a whole body. Maybe we should try a texture packer sometime on the stream, and we're going to see if it actually works. Because I did try texture packer, but I was unable to actually make it work for us, and maybe I just did something wrong, and maybe some of you actually used texture packer before and will be able to actually help me. That would be really cool, you know? Okay, so we did have the body. We actually do have the body. Let me also check one thing, because like no one is actually on the stream, but if someone is watching that later in the future or something, I do sincerely want to actually invite you to our Discord server that we have. Maybe I should just post an announcement on the Discord that the stream is happening, or actually not. Actually not. I won't do that. I will start doing that later. Maybe the next week we'll start to posting announcements about the actual at this channel up to 7. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, maybe next week we're going to start sending announcement of the streams to the actual Discord channel that we have. That's gonna be cool. So let's go back to our alligator, and we're going to create another file, of course, and I'm going to do the rest. So I will actually try to speed the things out. So the rest of the body, why I did the thing that I did is that we actually don't need. But actually we do. Okay, so I fucked up a little, because if I won't do it like this, I need to actually search for it now. I need to actually export everything at once. I cannot divide it like this. Because what I forgot about is that when you actually do it like this, then you will have to make a keyframe of the sprite sheet itself, and I don't want to make a keyframe of the sprite sheet because this one is just simply inefficient. Okay, so the whole body, I will go back to it and I will actually increase the size of it, and we are gonna export everything in this file. It's not going to be really efficient. It's gonna look weird, but whatever, that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's fit that in the middle, and I'm gonna do that with, of course, every part of the body. Okay. So this one was up second. And one thing is good for us is that I won't be switching the body parts later in the animation, like dynamically. The only time when I will be actually switching them between them is when we will actually. Do I want to fit the tail inside the same? Well, I don't know. No, I don't want to fit the tail inside it here too. Okay, so let's take this one too. It's the main body. So it's a copy of this one, so I don't want to take it with me. So let's just take this one. Okay. And let's turn it off. Back leg, tail. Okay. Or actually, I will take the tail and I will put it in here. Because I don't think that creating a new file will make any difference. If it will, then I will have to do that again. But okay, so let's actually increase the size of this. And I will fit just one more thing here, this tail. Okay, and we are going to close the deal by cropping the entire image. Okay, so let's turn this off. Okay, not this one, this one, this one. Actually, I need to take off my glasses and rub my eye a little bit. It's somehow my allergy came up today and my eyes killing me. Okay. So what we did right now is we finished cutting out this alligator into the body part, into the separate files. So now I exported the entire thing and we have the entire thing in one file and one sprite sheet, so we can continue with the rest. Let's create a new file. Let's do the legs right now. So oh, I actually probably forgot about one tail, right? I forgot about one tail. No, which one I forgot about? Actually, did I? Did I forget about this tail or not? No, I suppose not. This is the same one, so I didn't forget about it. Okay, so the legs, the thighs. Give me the so there are actually two of them. So there is a front thigh and there is a this one. So okay, and again let's create a rectangular shape first. Let's make it this big and let's move it around here. Actually take this one and check if it fits properly. It does. So let's copy that and take this one and move it here. Okay. So now we have everything and I will save it as a thigh. Okay, save it once more and let's export the whole thing. Okay, now let's do the legs, and this one will be the last part that we're going to export. Okay, so we do have every part here. Now let's actually fit that into a square. Okay, this is gonna be enough. And let's put it in here. What I actually should do with this one is I should make sure that they are not aligned in the center, but they're actually aligned in the middle. Not in the middle, but like this. So it's like covering up itself. I don't think I will actually need to make any switches between those, so I'll save that as a leg here. And let's do one last thing. We're gonna move this last part to the square. Okay, like this one. Okay, so let's close the thing. Turn off the background, save it and export as a PNG. Okay, so we done. Let's turn everything back on. So I won't mistake anything. Okay, so we done. We actually did everything. So what I'm going to do now is I will open our Godot. And we actually are gonna animate the thing. Okay, so let me just switch the scene to this one. I will close the Photoshop. And I will open Godot. And I will close all of the unnecessary things that I have in Godot, because there's a lot. Okay, so this one, let's leave it at that. Let's leave the main scene. Oh my god, what happened here? Function signature doesn't match the parent. Okay, let's turn the main scene off. I need only one, and I actually don't need this one, so I will close it. I will actually close everything. And this one I don't need. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I will turn this off. And you can see nothing, of course, because somehow this shit is actually fucked up. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, you can now see the right thing. You can see the Godot. Okay, so that's great. You can see the Godot. Let's actually create it big. I cannot do that. Okay. So. Sorry, I don't know, my eyes doesn't work properly today. Okay, so this is our file system tree, and what we have is the skeletons, and in the skeletons we got the alligator, and this is where we're going to save our new 2D scene with the alligator animation. So let's create new node 2D. Let's call it a alligator. Let's save this, just like I said, into the skeletons, enemies, and alligator. Let's save it here. It's an alligator scene. And what I'm going to add here, create node, wait, what, why is it so? Okay, so what I'm going to add here is, first of all, it's an animation player. Second of all, is just a sprite 2D. And this sprite 2D is gonna be here, and animation player is going to be up here. And I will call it a root. And this root is, of course, the root of the tree that we're going to be creating, of the animation, of the body parts tree that I'm going to be creating. And let's just create another sprite 2D as a child to the root. And this one is going to be called the body, because this will be the body of our character. And as you can see, every sprite sheet that we created is already in this folder because I exported it here before. So what we can do now is actually we'll move the whole body sprite sheet onto our node, onto our sprite 2D node. And now we ended up with something like this. So in here, in the inspector window, we can see the animation. And this is the property of the sprite 2D node in Godot, that you can create a sprite by sprite animation. And you create that by uploading your sprite sheet in there. But as we are using the cutout animation, we only use the part of the sprite by sprite animation to actually switch the body parts of our characters mid animation. If you understood, or if I explained it correctly, you will see that later on. But what I mean is that we can actually increase the horizontal frames to 6 because we have 6 images in this sprite sheet. And what I have right now is only one image. And why did it happen is because each and every image was pasted inside this rectangular shape. And for the Godot, it means that if every image in the sprite sheet has the same width and height, it's just one image. So we can divide it then perfectly into 6 images. And this is the frame 1. So if I change, this is the frame 0 actually. So if I change the frame, it will actually change the image. So that's really cool and that's really useful. And you're going to see why, because right now I have only this, but I can actually, let's create another child node as a child to this one, and let's create another sprite 2D node and let's call it a head. So now we have another child node, and let's paste our sprite sheet with a head. So now what we have is the head, and we do the same thing, but we only have 4. So let's divide it into 4 images. And we have something like this. So if I move this one here, you can see that it changed the position. But if I will actually change the sprite, the frame of it, it actually did this. So we can manipulate what we see mid animation, and it's really cool because I then can just create an attack animation just by switching the frame of the head, and it's really quick and useful. So this is how we're going to be working with the sprites in Godot, and I will go ahead and do every other sprite sheet like this. So I will actually create, not everything needs to be the child of the same node. Like everything needs to be the child of a root, but I don't want my legs, for example, my thigh, to be the child of the body because it will work for our disadvantage. I actually thought maybe we should not connect even a single sprite together. Like each node should be separate, only connected to the root node, but in reality it does provide some obstacles that I want to avoid later. Okay, so let's use the thigh sprite sheet, and this one only has 2 images inside, so I will just use this, and let's paste it here. And child for this one will be another sprite sheet, but this will be called the leg. So let's paste it here. This one has 3 images, so I will divide it by 3, and let's actually change the ordering of this one, because like as you can see, the ordering of this one is actually wrong, and this is because the thigh is the parent of the leg. If I switch it up and I will create the thigh the parent of the leg, then it's correct, but I don't want to do it like this. The thing that I do is I change the ordering, and I want this one to be actually in front of the rest of the body, just to make sure. And the head too, I want to be slightly in front in the Z index. So I will move it up a little bit higher so it aligns properly with everything else. So this is what we ended up. And it's actually good. This is what we wanted to have. So let's actually, because like this is the right, so let's actually call it right leg and right thigh. Actually, that's what's different. So this is what I call it, like this, and let's actually duplicate that. Let's actually duplicate that, and let's call it a left thigh. And now this is the left thigh. Actually, I will call it a left and right. This will be easier for us to see. Okay, so this one is left, this one is right, and this one is left too. Left leg. Okay, so let's move the parent. And as you can see, if I move the parent of the leg, if I move the thigh, the leg also moves. But the disadvantage of that is if I actually do this, it does the same thing. And if I scale it down, it actually does the same thing too. I actually want to take one. Let me get the grid, and let me. I want to get actually the ruler. Center selection. Where was it? I don't remember where. No, not this one. This is the. Maybe. Oh yes, this is how I do it. Okay, so I actually fucked up a little, but what I wanted to have is this, and I wanted to fit it actually here. Okay, so I need to make sure that this one aligns with this thing, and that it's okay, like this. Okay. So this is how our character is going to look like. One more thing, I will actually change the position of this one and go back with this thing a little. So we have something like this. Actually give me. I want to have it like this. Okay. So this is what we have. This is what we ended up with, and I think it really looks good. Let's turn off the grid because it doesn't work for us right now. And actually, let me clear the guides, and I will do them again. Okay, so this is like the lowest point, and I should actually have it together. Okay, so this is what we ended up with. So it's really good. Maybe later on I will change these patterns on the front leg so it does not look like it's just copied, but it's okay for now. It actually does look really good. Okay, so let's do one more thing, because like you can see, this one just have and the legs from this side, you know, and what we should have is the legs from every side. So let's actually duplicate this one more time. So let's duplicate this one more time, and let's call this one a back leg and this one the front. So what I mean by back and front is kind of obvious. It's gonna be the leg that is completely at the back. So this is how it's going to look. And that's okay. I will actually do it again. Like, I will change the index even more. So let's save it up, and let's actually change one more thing, because as you can see, this looks the same, and I kind of don't want it, you know? I want one more thing to happen to this leg. I want this leg to actually be black. And how I will do that is I will create a material for this sprite, and I will set this up to use the parent material. And now what I will do is just create a new canvas material, and I will just create well, that wasn't what I was expecting. Actually, I'm searching for an option. No. I'm searching for an option that will allow me to create to actually change it to be black. And I do remember, oh, okay, sorry. It's not the material. It's not the material, actually, it's the visibility, and you can, okay, so I don't want to have this one. I want to actually modulate this thing. So this is where we modulate the color, and I will make it black. And now we have some really cool effects here. So this is how it looks, and I think it's really cool to have something like this. And let's move this one a little bit, and I will actually duplicate that once again. So let's duplicate this, and let's call this one a back, and this one back too, and actually change the ordering of this one to the -2, so it's in the back. And let's do it like this, and let's change the visibility just like we did before with this one. Okay, so it's really cool. Let's actually move it here. Okay, really nice. So it kind of does look like a dinosaur. Let's actually check one more thing, because I'm really curious how this thing will look if I'll do it like this. So let's actually do it like this. No, it cannot look like this. It does need to look like this, and then when I will be moving those, it will actually move, bending this in another direction. Okay, let me check how the stream is going. It's actually going really good, so there is no issues, I suppose. Okay, so this is what we ended up with. And as you can remember from the previous stream, I told you that we will do a gradient on every part of this. So now that we actually can see what we are doing, let's create one more thing. Let's create the gradient. Let's create the gradient for every part of this image. And how are we going to do that is we actually going back to the Photoshop. Let's go back. Let's open the Photoshop once again. And let's actually enter one of the... Let's actually enter the whole body, because this one will be the biggest and the easiest to see. So let's go back for you to see the Photoshop. So we are back at the whole body file, and let's enter the first one. Let's enter this one and create a new layer. So why I did it like this was because I wanted to show you how cool is that and how easily I can modify each and every part of the body, even though it's just a sprite, even though it's just a 2D image. So normally it's really hard to adjust the 2D image, but because we are doing it like this and because we exported it in another file and we don't have to modify the entire sprite sheet, I can just open the right file. I can do the gradient. Let's say we want to have the gradient like this. We don't want to have the gradient like this. Actually, let's do it like this. We don't want to have it like that, but let's create, maybe I want to have blue and I want to have a really deep green, like maybe some yellow, like a muddy yellow. Okay, and instead of blue, actually I would like to have, okay, let's try with the yellow. First, yeah, the yellow first, like this, and I will do that maybe an overlay. And I will decrease the opacity of it. It's actually way too much, of course. So let's try one more thing. I will actually take this and I will copy one. I will paste it here and I will increase so it brighten everything's up. Actually, let's go back and make it full saturation. Increase this thing. Okay, and I will take this one again and I will actually paste it here. And let's make it a normal layer. Actually decrease the saturation of it because it's just way too much. Kind of fucked up because I did every color on one layer and I don't like this result. Because of that, we'll have to... Okay, so it doesn't look so good and it won't because every color is on one layer. So maybe I should just do the screen or like a color dodge or something. Color dodge actually makes this one really saturated. Actually really cool, but it doesn't actually work. I will have to make it way darker to make it work. Okay. Yeah, so it just brightens everything up. And I probably will leave it like this. It actually does look cool. So now if I export it, quick export as PNG, it actually exports the same to the same spot. And I can now... Oh shit, sorry. I exported the wrong thing. So I should export this one. Now I just exported another file, but if I export this one to the same spot and replace it, then in Godot, if you can see the Godot, oh sorry, now in Godot, it will re-import the asset and we can actually see it here. It's cool, right? It's actually really cool. And we can do that with everything, but I will actually leave it for now. I don't want to do it like this. Let's just have this one, only one part with a gradient. And the rest won't have a gradient for now. I will add it back later on. Just not now. And what I did notice is that I actually haven't changed the color of the nose on this sprite to the same color as the lower part of the body. I don't know why. It just happened that I didn't. Actually, how you like the character? If someone is there, because I'm not sure if even one person is watching right now. No one is watching right now. So I suppose that if you watch it later on, maybe someday, then please do share your opinion if you like this or if you don't. Actually, it's been for 54 minutes already that we've been working on this thing. It's actually really weird how the time flies right now. When I do those streams, it's actually really fast. It's ridiculous. Okay. Sorry for my intrusion, but I'm actually checking my YouTube channel right now. I need to check some things. Okay, so let's go back to Godot. And let's actually start animating. So the way we want to animate this thing, actually one more thing, I will call it the front so it won't be mistaken by me later on. So let's call it the front. Oh, what the hell did I did? Oh, it's okay. So this one's the front too. Okay, front, back. Okay, that's good. And that's actually everything that we had. But one more thing we're going to add is the rest of the body, but it won't be visible here. So let me just create another child node. But actually, we are going to have to add it later on, because now I just cannot do it because I want to see the result. But okay, so let's create an animation. And let's create the base, the profile base. Let's call it the profile base. Let's save it. And what we are going to do is I'm gonna actually open everything. I'm gonna select everything, and what we did to improve the animation process for Godot is actually our programmer created this simple plugin for Godot that allows us to choose what we want to keyframe from the selected nodes, or like from the selected options. And I want to keyframe actually almost everything except from H frames, V frames, and offset. I want to create everything, and now it created me. So now it created me the keys for it. And this is nuts, because normally in Godot you would have to click on everything and you'll have to like do it manually. And with this thing, it's like really quick, really easy, and painlessly. Okay, so this is the profile base. And let's just... okay, so I will duplicate that and I will create front base. And now what we're going to do is that we need to actually... oh, sorry. We actually need to create one more thing, because as you remember, the front had a lot more parts than the profile had. So I will need to add those nodes to our Godot scene. And how I'm going to do that is by actually switching the body part so I can see it, for one. So I will actually change it to be the front, and I will make a keyframe for it. And let me just create one, because I don't want to have the rest. So I do it on the front base. So just to make sure, I will check this one button. It allows me to snap my timeline to the frame, and I will change each and every part of the body to suit the front animation. So like this one, this is the front, and it goes here. So again, I do that, and I forgot to actually key also the position. So here is one more thing, it's the scale. Those three are position, rotation, and the scale. I check the scale, so I key the scale too. And let's make a key for this one. And now let's change, this is the right thigh front. It's the front of the thighs, so let's just make sure it's all right. So this is the front one, right? This is the front. So let's key this one too. Let's change this one to the front, and this one is the back, this one is the front. So let's go back to the front. Okay, so this is how the front looks like. I'm gonna just move it here. Okay, let's just do it like this for now. And the problem with that is that it's of course in the wrong direction, and we don't want it in the wrong direction. So we have two options. We actually can change the scale of the thigh to -0, -1, and it will actually change how this one is displayed. We of course will have to actually make this one black, but that's not an issue, of course. But we can also do something else. Let's revert that, and let's try to actually... here's the offset option, and we can flip it in the horizontal, on the horizontal scale. And now, oh, not the, and we can actually keyframe that. And what we'll do is this kind of flip allows me to flip only one thing, so I don't have to flip the other, but I actually need to flip the other two. So let's flip that, and we have properly aligned thigh and leg. So let's actually do this here. So let's make that real quick, and I will change the visibility. So the visibility is actually keyed, and I need to key the modulation of it too. So it's not always black. But okay, so let's key the modulation too. And let's change the modulation to black. Okay. So it actually does look like this. And this one is already good. Instead, but I will change the I will change this, and I haven't keyframed the position of the right leg. So let's actually take this one here, save the position, and let's change the leg to, okay. So this is what we ended up with. This is what we ended up with. It's actually too much in front, so I will change the ordering. The ordering is keyframe 2, so I will change the ordering. Nope, I don't want to change it that way. I want to change this one then to 3, so it's always in front. Because I want this thing to be always, I want the head to be always in front. Okay, so we now have something like this, and what we actually will need to do is we are gonna move the entire root of it a little bit lower. And I kinda, oh, okay, so this one is a little smaller because the transformation is applied. So I want to revert the scale back. Okay, we reverted the scale. We now have perfectly working. Okay, so let's save it. And let's take the, this is the left, so the left stays here, and this is the right on the back. The right stays here, and I flip only the offset of it. I flip the offset on the horizontal axis, and now let's flip the same on this one. Actually, let's move it here so so it's visible. And let's do it like this. Okay, that's perfect. And now I can actually do it like this. And the same goes for this one. It's actually smaller, right? It's actually smaller, so let's revert the size for it. And I will actually now decrease it. Actually, no. Let's do the same for this one. So let's transform it. What did I do? So let's copy this one and let's paste it here. Okay, and let's paste this thing here as well. So now we have the same size for each leg at the back. So let's go back to this one and let's move it here like this. Actually, the rotation of this thing is kind of broken. Okay, yeah, it is kind of broken. Why? But why? So maybe I should just take this one. Nope, and apply this one, but okay, like this. Let's keyframe that. Now it looks the same. Now it actually looks the same. Okay. So this is what we ended up with. But it's, as you can see, it's not the entire thing. Let's move this one to, okay. So let's just add one more thing, because as you can see, we should have another part here. Gonna be called second body. Let's call it the second body, and let's paste whole body sprite sheets in here. Okay, and let's choose this one. Yeah, I do believe it's this one. So let's actually let's do the keying for this one. Let's key everything for this thing. Okay. Let's just make sure I made no mistakes. Okay, I made none. Let's change the ordering of this thing to be at the back. And let's move it here. Like this. Okay. Now we have also the second thing, and something broke. As you can see, I probably... Why did this thing broke? What the hell happened? What the hell happened? What the fuck? Actually, what the fuck? Maybe because I haven't did this. Okay, it's because I didn't. Keyframe that, okay. And this one is probably... this is, yeah, this one is wrong. Okay, so let's save that. Let's go back to this position. Okay, now everything's okay. Actually, the head is probably in the wrong spot. It's not aligned perfectly in the middle, that's why this thing looks so weird to me. Okay. Let's save it. And this is how our alligator looks from the front. And this is how our alligator looks from the back. From the profile. So let's actually turn these unnecessary parts on the profile animation off, because I don't want them to be visible here. Oh, actually, let's key in everything, and let's turn this off and key that. Okay. And one more thing, because we actually did one unnecessary thing here, is we changed the modulation, because the modulation did not have the keyframe here, so we want to actually go back with that. Now it works properly on every animation. Okay, so that's good. That's really good. And what I noticed is our legs are actually in the wrong position again. What happened? I actually must have forgot to click some keys. Okay. Now it should work properly. Maybe I will consider making this body from the front a little less dark, because now it kind of looks different than this one. But we will actually see. It does look different also because there is a gradient, so that's for one. And the legs look kind of weird. The thighs are not really how I like them to be. But we'll change that later on. We don't actually need to change it right now. Okay, so we have two bases. Let's create another base, but from this one. Let's create a back base. And the back base will be actually the back animation from the back. Okay, so in this animation, the head is going to be completely turned off because we don't need the head. And the body will have completely different, will be ordered completely differently. Damn. It's really hard for me to speak today. It's terrible. Okay, so let's change the ordering of everything. So the second body now needs to be in front. So let's do that. Let's move it a little bit lower. Or actually, from what I remember, the second body is actually invisible for this one. So yeah, let's turn that off and let's actually reorder everything. So the legs from the back are now in front. Like this, and legs from the front are now in the back. Like this. Where is the ordering for this one? Okay. So now it's okay. So let's change the second body part. Actually, I should probably... Okay, so this one should be visible, but it should be visible, but with different frame. Yeah, it should be visible with different frame. So now we have something like this. I will move it around to this part. Okay, like that. And let's add another child node, which is called sprite 2D, and it will be tail. So let's add the tail. Oh, we actually forgot about the tail from the front. So let's add the tail from the back first, and let's key that. And actually, let's... Okay, so it was in the front body. So let's actually change this to 6. No, we don't want to do that. We want to change this one to be this. Create, and actually let's key entire thing. Okay, so this should be at the back like this. Okay, so now I also need to change the modulation of it to be normal. Actually, no, this one stays like this. This will be normal. Okay, this one will be normal. This one will gonna go here, but it's probably going to be a little... Okay, so let's save the position of this one like this, and actually take me this one from the back, and I need to move it around to this position, and let me just Let me just change the ordering of it to be completely at the front, so I will be able to do this. I will probably need to look up how we did it before. Because probably... No, we actually did it we actually did something like this, I do believe. Okay, so let's move this one around like this too. And let's actually... Because now we have this and this in a really weird position. Yeah, it does look kind of weird. And let's not forget about changing the frame of it. Okay, so this one is now at the proper framing. What I do remember is that this thing is actually like this. So let's move this part around a little bit to make it suit the rest of the image. So this is looking okay. This looks all right. I cannot really remember how much it was like this or like that. Actually, I don't remember. We'll need to check our reference in a minute, but let's just assume it's gonna be like this for now. Let's just assume that's going to be like this for now. Actually, it did look better like this. I don't know why, I just prefer it a little bit more. Okay, so this is what we ended up with. And I'm not entirely sure if I like that result. Let's check the front once again. The tail here is actually slightly in a wrong position because the tail should be somewhere here, and it's the ordering of the tail should be at the far back. And actually we should also change the animation frame to this one. Yeah, it was like this. Let's actually save it. Okay. Okay, so we have something like this. We have also this animation over here, and I do need to make sure this thing is actually turned off because I don't want it here. Visibility needs to be turned off for it. Okay, so we have the front, the profile. The profile looks the best. The front and the back. The back looks weird. Oh, hello again. Hello again, Brian. How you doing? Is your second stream today? How do you like our alligator? Actually not this. I want to check this thing here. Okay, let's go back to Godot. Okay, we are actually almost finished with the stream today. So if you joined right now, I'm really sorry. Okay, it does look actually good. Maybe I should just edit this thing here so it doesn't pop up that much, but we're going to do that later. So the obvious thing is that this one looks the best. Doing well as your alligator is coming along great. Thank you very much. And I'm really glad you're doing great. I'm actually doing great as well. I will be playing some D&D today. We will be playing Call of Cthulhu. It's not actually proper D&D. It's a base role playing. It's called something like this, and it's just a simplified version, I do believe, but it's really popular, so you can look that up if you want. But the stories in this universe are just incredible. They are simply amazing, and I really like the Call of Cthulhu in general, and the Lovecraft universe is just awesome. So I'm going to be playing that. I will be a game master, so it's going to be really fun. It's a new experience for me. I never been a game master, so that will be my first game today. I hope it will gonna go well. I hope it will go well. So, okay, I will need to add those gradients, and let's check this one up really quickly because I don't remember how the back looked like. I need to check for the reference. You are actually running a water genasi. I actually never played D&D before, so if you could explain what the water genasi is, I would be really glad, because I actually may look that up right now, because I'm not really sure what that is. D&D water genasi. It's some kind of a campaign probably, right? It's a campaign for the 5th edition of the game, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's some kind of a creature, right? Water genasi descends from mermaids. I actually will let me just. Oh, you cannot see. Of course, you cannot see the image. Okay, right now you can see the image. So I'm looking at this D&D 5th edition community wiki, and what I found is some typical genasi has a lifespan of 120 years. It's a magical character, okay. So by running the magical character, you mean like you actually play this character? Okay, so so it's a race in D&D. That's why. Because I actually never played the D&D. I only checked the Call of Cthulhu thing. So it's some kind of a race in the D&D. So you are not a game master, I suppose. And this is really cool because in my case, it's really hard to find a game master. That's why I took the position of the game master. Because like everyone wants to play, but not really. No one is really want to take the reins of the game master. I suppose it's because it's like, I believe it to be the hardest position, because like when you play, you just play one character. If you play game master, you actually need to. If I was to play it, that's the character I would use. Okay. So that's really nice. You like D&D, I suppose. I would really love to play. I do remember there are ways to play online. So you actually can do that online nowadays. But I don't think it's gonna be as fun as playing with the boys on one table, you know? But we could actually someday maybe make a D&D campaign on this stream. I wouldn't be against that. It would be a really good idea. If you want, you can join our Discord. The link is in the description. If you're interested, then please join our Discord and we can actually talk some more if you want. I will actually maybe copy the invitation link to this. I will copy the invitation link and paste it on the chat for you. If you want to join our Discord, then go ahead. It would be really cool. We trying to gain some new community members in our Discord. Okay, but I was supposed to actually check how my alligator looked like. Okay, so it actually looks wrong because the body is a little bit too high. Okay, so this one was actually like this. But I will stick with that. And this one, I will need to change the position here. And with this thing, what I will do probably is I will change this rotation and I will actually make that one here. And what I need to check, the change actually is also the frame of this thing, because yeah, it needs to be framed like the back one. So with this thing the same, so the back frame, and I will change the rotation of it as well. Yeah, so we have something like this, and I will change the position of it. But one more thing, this one needs to actually be reset to its original size, and this one needs to be reset to its original size too. Thanks, I'm headed there now. Thank you very much. You are actually, if you will join our Discord, you will be actually a first new member of our Discord server. That's gonna be huge. I'm actually really happy. We are planning on creating a couple of emotes for our Discord, like the KFC cup emote, because my friend has like a KFC cup. It's like a huge bowl of a cup, like a huge mug almost, and he drinks like a coffee and yerba mate and all of that good drinks from it. It looks hilarious. It's just really fun to watch him like do that. And we thought that maybe we could actually create an emote for our Discord server with a cup that he has. We actually didn't do that yet, but it's a good idea. We'll actually do that. From what I can see, I have one problem. Now I need to increase the size of the body, which okay. I would actually have to maybe do it like this. No, it does look weird. I cannot do it like this. I need to make sure it like that. I'll actually have to leave this size here. Maybe if I change the frame of this one. Oh no, I fucked up. Oh my god. I changed the frames. Oh god. So this is what I don't like in Godot. Every time you change the frame, it goes to another frame. That's why I ended up with something like this. So I'll have to delete everything. from this side. And I will... Okay, that's not everything. Oh, fuck. Really? Come on. I cannot even do it at once because I will accidentally... this one I can delete. This one I can delete too. But I will have to do everything again. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's go back to this thing and let's actually revert all of the changes that I did. So move it up and let's actually move this one up too. So let's reverse that, move it up too, and let's move this thing here, and I will change the frame back to this one, and I will remember to go back with this too, so I will actually revert this the way it was. I will change like this. Let's just do that. Okay. And this. I actually haven't changed frame. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now I just need to make sure that this thing is actually properly aligned. Oh, and I... Oh, maybe actually... not this. If I change the frame back to this one, it actually looks a little bit better. Yeah, it's way more fun. And I probably should change the position of its tail to be a little bit lower. Like this. Okay, so we ended up with something like this. That's actually really good. So actually, okay, so maybe maybe this is okay. This one is kind of okay. Let's check the faces. Maybe like faces. Yeah, okay. The face is good. The profile is good too. The back. The back just needs gradients. Yeah, so if I will add the gradients, everything is gonna be okay. It actually turned out to be really cool and it's gonna work properly, so I'm actually glad that's happened. Okay, so we actually finished with making the bases for our animation. So we are gonna go ahead and finish today's stream because like I said, I need to prepare some things for later. Tomorrow probably we're gonna do a lot longer. We're gonna make a longer stream, way longer probably, because we're gonna be creating the the social media accounts and everything. For the end, I just wanted to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching if you watch on VOD later on. And please do join our Discord server. I will just check if the link is working properly, because I'm not entirely sure if it works. It actually does. It actually does work. So please do join. Hello, Nako. Hello once again. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much, Brian. Also, Nako, you are still not on our Discord, so if you can, please do join our Discord server. We can maybe talk we can talk on our Discord later on. So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for being here once again, and see you tomorrow at 8:30 or 9, depending on how much I'm gonna stay up tonight actually. Okay, so thank you very much. See you later. Bye.